Going live. Hello. Welcome, everybody, to another Tai Chi Tuesday. It's been quite a month and quite a week. For those of you who don't know, I started back teaching in another facility. Still trying to come to grips with teaching in person again. But we're continuing to do the live streams at least once a month for now. We do have a new patron supporter for my Tai Chi circle, so I am very grateful. Robin, no, that's a different one. Sorry, different circle. I've got 3 different tiers. Rachel Aldridge. So thank you so much for that support. And, as more people come on, we'll start adding, more little benefits here and there. Might do more catch-ups, do more requests for different types of Qigong and Tai Chi exercises. So there's some things that you should know, particularly if you've never done any sort of Tai Chi before. Let me, just quickly go over. Tai Chi is a martial art. It's a blend of, Taoist Kung Fu and Qigong. And it's primarily been used, at least the last couple decades, more as an exercise and a training to help strengthen the body, strengthen your chi, improve your balance, reduce pain, reduce stress and blood pressure, and improve circulation. It's an overall wellness and vitality practice. And so it is suitable for many different fitness levels and many different body types. That said, if anything hurts, stop doing it, even if I'm telling you to do it. So just some sensible things like that. If you feel like you're about to lose your balance, stop, grab a hold of something, preferably not another person. If you know that you're having, some balance issues, it might be a good idea for you to position something like a sturdy piece of furniture, maybe a good solid chair, close by where you can brace yourself on if you start to, waver or go down. And I usually add this in my in-person classes to, don't compare yourself to anybody else in class, especially me. But since it's just me on camera, try not to compare yourself to me. So I'll be practicing. In January, it'll be 25 years of practice for me. So Tai Chi is not something that you just do the first time and just get it right. It is a practice, and it's all about, showing up and putting in some time. So you can get benefits from it from as much, from as little as practicing 15 minutes a day. And so what I tell students is, if you feel like practicing more on a particular day, practice longer. If you don't, just practice your 15 minutes just to get your minimum in. To get some of those benefits. And the benefits are cumulative. So it's not like I'm going to do an hour or 2 today and then I'm good for the rest of the week. No, it's really about being steady and practicing over a long period of time. The longer you practice, the more benefits you get. And I mean that, over time, not just like the length of your each practice sessions. So classes like this are meant to sort of stimulate you, keep you, engaged for your personal practice. I will be, after this is finished processing from the live stream, I will be dropping in cards at particular points in the workout so that it can link you to different videos that cover those particular movements more in depth. So just keep that in mind. And today we're going to be working with a form called Monkey See, Monkey Do. It's a fun little form. Marie, hello. Welcome to Tai Chi Tuesday. We'll get started here in just a minute. The other thing you might want to make sure you have is have some water close by that you can take sips from. Because the way we breathe in Tai Chi, we breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. We expel a lot of moisture when we breathe out through the mouth. So you're going to want to replenish that. And it's always good to stay hydrated. We will be sitting at the end of class for a seated Qigong meditation or practice. And that's just as important, I think, as the standing practice. We want to round out, bring in the mind, bring in all aspects, and it helps ground the session as well. So I'm going to set up, and of course I'm here at my office, so everything folds up, and I'm going to set this off to the side here until we're ready to do our seated practice. And we'll go ahead and get started with the standing practice. Now, I will periodically check comments. I can't really see them from the back of the room here. Of course, it's always weird because there's like a several second delay for me. And I'm actually going to switch screens so I can actually see the current live picture of what I am doing. So I can just make sure I'm in frame. Scooch this down a bit. There we go. So I should have put like a little mark or tape on the floor so I know where to stand. But let's go ahead and let's come to a standing posture, and we're going to do what I call the Wu Chi posture, or earth pose. And that is, you're going to stand with your feet shoulder width apart, have a slight bend in the knees. Mine are not very bent, they're just shy of being straightened, so they're just slightly relaxed. I should say slightly relaxed knees is probably more accurate. You want to align the pelvis, the sternum, and the forehead. Now, as you breathe, you want to breathe in through the nose, down into the abdomen, expand through the chest, and then out through the mouth. And if you find that, due to stress you're tight in the chest, just concentrate on breathing down, lower into the abdomen. If you're wondering about your alignment, sometimes it's nice to have a mirror that you can look into and see how you're stacking up. Our posture, we tend to pronate forward a lot, or slump or lean back. All of those things takes our spine out of alignment, which also weakens certain muscles in the back and then forces others to compensate, straining them. So good posture, or this, getting into a good form and alignment, really helps strengthen, our core muscles, some of our back muscles and stabilizing muscles, while giving other overworked muscles a break. And we're also using our frame to hold ourselves up. So now we're going to bring our hands to chest level. Relax the shoulders, bring them back slightly. And notice, if you come forward with your hands, see what happens with your neck. Does your neck come forward? If so, bring it back. Now sink your weight down through your feet, down into the ground. You might want to tuck the tailbone in just slightly and then extend and lengthen the spine. Continue with the deep breaths. That ha sound really helps us to relax, helps us to slow down. This is bear embraces the tree. So if you can picture a bear on its hind legs coming up and wrapping its claws around the bark of a tree. And now let's bring the hands up above, palm face up. You can widen your stance just slightly. Try not to let the butt pooch back. So, again, keep that tailbone tucked. And then look up in between the palms. Now, if you're finding this is a difficult pose, or you're really super stiff in your neck, you can just go ahead and look forward. Try and keep the shoulders wide and keep them from bunching up. bring them down and have this like you're holding up. This is called holding up the sky. And you can always turn your head from side to side to loosen stiff neck and shoulder muscles. But then also, again, try and see if you can look up. And now we're going to go ahead and relax the arms down. Come back to your shoulder width stance if you widened for that. And we're going to bring our hands an inch or two below our navel to Dantian, our center of gravity. This is lower Dantian. Now, as we inhale, we're coming to the center. And as we exhale, we're going to shift over to one side. So, inhale, we're centered. Exhale, and roll to one side, making a little shallow arc with the hips. As you do so, notice how your weight comes to one side or one leg. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, and come to the side. Inhale to the center. And exhale to the side. Inhale and exhale. So this is just a very simple movement. Just to get you used to shifting your weight from Dantian, which is where you want to shift from. All the movement in Tai Chi should be generated from the waist, from this area. All right, now we're going to add a twist. So as we come to one side, we're now going to turn from the waist, pivot on the heel, and turn and look towards the wall, or whatever you have to the side of you. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, shift over, turn from the waist, pivot on the heel, and turn and look towards the other side. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, shift over, and turn from the waist and pivot on the heel. Inhale to the center, exhale to the side, and then turn. And really make sure you're turning from here, not from the leg, not from the foot. You want the heel to be like a ball bearing. I go over this just about every class, but it's because it's so fundamental. And it's one of the first things people forget to do when they're concerned about like what comes next in the form. But all the footwork and forms was built on these two weight shifts. Some combination makes up part of those movements. And come back to center. All right. Now let's bring our arms out to the side. Make an O with your fingers and your thumbs. Let your hands drop down and just start to turn from the waist. Letting the arms swing freely. Relax your shoulders. Relax your arms. Let the turning of the waist generate the movement for you. This is a great series of movements we're doing right now to help you wake up in the morning. I used to use this when I would go on road trips and I'd have a very long drive and I would start to zone out with highway hypnosis. I'd, stop at the next rest area, get out, do this, practice a bit, and get back in. And that would buy me usually an hour or two more of drive time. And then I could get out and do it again. There is a point where only sleep will do. But this is a nice way to warm up. Now let's go ahead and come across the rib cage. And now go ahead and come across the chest. This is going to sound loud because we're right by my mic. You're hitting some lung points here on the meridian system, so you may cough or have to clear your throat. That is normal. And now give yourselves a pat on the back. The warm-up that we do, which I came up with as a combination of many different things from several different areas, I put together over a series of years of teaching. And this is what I've come up with. Now come back across the chest. And it's designed so that you feel good at the end of class. Come back across the rib cage. And come back down to the hips and the tailbone. And slowly come to a stop. Now we're going to bend. As we do, we're going to slap the inside of the thighs. As we come up, tap the pelvis. Waking the legs up. Now just like we woke up the torso. Bringing blood flow, increased circulation. One more time. All right. Now let's take one arm, lift it up, and the other hand gently tap down from the armpit to the waist. If you're particularly tender, you can also just rub down, or stroke down with your hand. Now let's switch sides. All right. Now let's feel for the collarbones. Come just below and gently tap. My lapel mic gets in the way for this one. But trust me, the sound quality is so much better. Now come to the center of the sternum. So those points below the collarbones, those were K27, the endpoints for the kidney meridian. I think of those sort of like as a reset button for your whole energy system. It's kind of like restarting your computer. The sternum thump that we're here is called the Thymus Thump, stimulating the thymus gland and its role in our immune response and immune system. Now let's come just below the chest and then out to the sides. This is the spleen thump, where we're resetting or recharging the spleen meridian, stimulating that. And traditional Chinese medicine, there's this interplay between the spleen meridian and the triple warmer. The triple warmer is sort of our autonomic responses, fight or flight, inflammation response. It's very important. You want that, but a lot of times it will steal chi from the spleen meridian. So this just rebalances that and brings stimulation back into the spleen, sort of our at-rest repairing mode. Now let's bring our hands in front. the tingling in the palms, up the arms, across the shoulders, down the spine, down through the legs. Bring your hands back to Dantian and breathe in. All right. So we're going to do a balance movement now. I used to try and skip this to give more class time, but what happens when I skip this, everybody is less balanced throughout. So we're going to practice the rooster. We're going to shift our weight over to one side. Inhale, raise the other arm, raise the other leg up. Exhale, step down, shift the weight over, inhale, and come up. Step down, shift over, inhale, and come up. Now, there is a tendency sometimes to kind of lean. When you do that, you bring your spine out of alignment. So try and make sure your spine is aligned and that you have a single line of force coming down through the spine and down through the leg to the center of the foot. Exhale, step down, shift over, inhale, and come up. Because when you do the leaning thing, what ends up happening is you're not engaging your stabilizing muscles or your leg muscles as well. So they don't get the strengthening and they don't get the balance practice that these moves are designed for. And if you find them challenging, that's because they're supposed to be. We improve our balance by challenging it. That said, don't practice this in heels. One more time. If you'd like to make this movement more challenging, you can look up at that top hand. I don't know why that increases the difficulty, but it does. And come back to center. All right, let's all take a sip. And I'm going to check to see if there are any comments or questions on the feed. All right, we're good. Wonderful. So, water, essential. Always essential to have that in class. So we're going to practice. What we've been doing is technically Qigong, but my first teacher, he had separate exercises that he designated as the Qigong. Then he had exercises he designated as the warm-up. But truly, the warm-up were Qigong as well. Qigong basically is working with your qi, building your qi, fortifying it, conserving your qi, moving it, purifying it. So the first one we're going to do is called dipping and splashing. It's one of my favorites. It really is nice for the kidneys, for the lower back, and for raising heat in the body. So it's my favorite one to do in the winter because it does build a lot of heat. So we'll follow that up with a Qi balancer to help move and disperse any excess heat, but also circulate any of that Qi around the body. So dipping and splashing, you begin with your feet shoulder width apart. That slightly relaxed knees, aligning the pelvis, the sternum, and the forehead. Palms face up at the side. Now as you inhale, you're going to shift your weight to your right leg, turn the waist to the left, and as you exhale, scoop down the outside of the left leg, going only as far down as is comfortable. Now as you inhale, bring the hands together as if you're cupping water and coming up across the body at a diagonal. Bring it over the head. Exhale, make as if you're splashing your face with water now as you sink down slightly. Inhale, bring the hands together to the chest. And exhale, bring slight bow. All right, inhale, hands to the side. Exhale, let's see. No, inhale, yeah, still. Shift your weight to your left. Turn the waist to the right. And the exhale, go down. the outside of the right leg, only as far down as it's comfortable. You might notice you can go down farther on one side than the other. Inhale, come across the body, up over the head. Exhale, splash the face as you sink down. Inhale, hands to the chest, and then exhale. Slight bow. Inhale, hands to the side, shift to the right, turn to the left. Exhale, and now scoop down the outside of the body. Outside the left leg, rather. Inhale, hands together, come across the body, up over the head. Exhale, splash the face as you sink down. Inhale, hands to the chest, and exhale, slight bow. Inhale, hands to the side, shift to the left, turn to the right. Exhale and scoop down the right leg. Inhale, hands together, come across the body, up over the head. Exhale. Sink down. Inhale, hands to the chest. And exhale. Slight bow. Inhale, hands to the side, shift to the right, turn to the left. Exhale, scoop down the left leg. Remember, only as far down as is comfortable. The main mistake people make is to hyperextend. Inhale, come across the body at a diagonal. Come up over the head. Exhale. Splash the face. Sink down slightly. Inhale, hands to the chest. Exhale. Slight bow. And that bow comes from the hips, not from the head. Inhale. Hands to the side. Shift to the left. Turn to the right. Exhale. Scoop down the right leg. Inhale. Cross the body up over the head. Exhale. Splash the face as you sink down. Inhale, hands to the chest, and exhale. Slight bow. Inhale, hands to the side, shift to the right. Turn to the left, exhale. Scoop down the left leg. Inhale, hands together. Come across and over the head. Exhale. Splash as you sink down. Inhale, hands to the chest. And exhale. Slight bow. Hands to the side, shift to the left, turn to the right. Exhale and scoop down. Inhale, hands together, come across the body, up over the head. Exhale. Splash the face as you sink down. Inhale, hands to the chest, and exhale. Slight bow. Once more to each side. Let's go super slow. to center. Check in, see how you feel with that. This particular one is really great for the kidneys. My teacher used to say, it moves the back muscles with that diagonal lift in such a way that it massages the kidneys. And this is really good for lower back pain and lower back stress in the muscles. If you're really super tight in these lower back, and this lower back, as I often get, this is a great go-to exercise for that to help. The thing you want to do though is you don't want to overextend. The power of this is really, or the therapeutic aspect is this diagonal lift up. Not so how far down you go. You could go down just this far and still get some, benefits. I don't generally go much farther than my knees because I don't really need to. I mean, sometimes it might be nice just to relax it down, but again, it should be a relaxing down as you scoop down rather than I'm going to push down. So it should just be a relaxing and then a coming up and the same thing when we sink down, we're only just sinking down maybe an inch or two and then coming back up, and that bow, same thing from the hips, sink down an inch or two. All right, so our next Qigong is going to be a Qi balancer. And I often pair these two together, that we're going to opening and closing the gate. And the reason I pair them together is because in the series that I learned, they follow, one followed the other in that sequence. So we're going to come and hold the ball here. And the important thing with this one, make sure I've got enough space behind me for this, is to keep as much as possible those shoulders relaxed. So focus on that area midway between the palms. And by putting your attention there, it'll be easier for you to keep from coming up like this with your shoulders. It'll still happen, but I'll remind you. So now on the exhalation, we're going to come and press behind. Now as we inhale, we're going to gather up the ball as we drift across the center. And exhale. Press behind on the other side. Inhale, gathering the ball. As we drift across, remember to put your attention in between the palms, and exhale. Press behind. Inhale, gathering the ball. And exhale. Pressing behind. Inhale, gathering up the ball. Exhale. Press behind. Inhale, relax the shoulders. Exhale. Pressing behind. Inhale, gathering up the ball. And exhale. Pressing behind. Inhaling across, relaxing the shoulders, and exhale. Pressing behind. Inhale across and exhale. Relax your shoulders. You may wonder how I can see that you're tensing them. I just know. as you come across, just holding that ball, and then exhaling, pressing behind. Relax the shoulders. And come back to center. All right, let's take another sip. Let me check for questions here. Any comments? Let me know how that's feeling for you. Okay. As always, you can ask questions. I will do my best to answer them. I can do adjustments as well for most of these movements, but I kind of have to know what you're working with. So let me know if you're watching the recording of this. You can always drop a question in the comments. I do check them. I do try to respond in as much a timely fashion as I can. But that kind of lets me know, how people are responding to the different exercises. If you just particularly like one, let me know that too. If you don't really like one, you can let me know that as well. There's certain ones that I don't like. The one we just did, opening and closing the gate, is probably one of my least favorite Qigong. And that's because I don't feel like I do it very well. And it's a very difficult one to do smoothly. The movements themselves are very simple, but that is why it is so difficult to make it, smooth and, keeping your shoulders relaxed, making sure you're not stopping in any particular way or holding your breath or all of those things. It's sort of like when you make a plate or a bowl on a potter's wheel, and because they're so simple, any little bump shows right up. Any little imperfection shows right up. And for that reason, I find that exercise very challenging, which is why I need to practice it more. So, monkey see, monkey do. So I'm just going to go through this, show it to you once. I'll show it to you more than once, but just watch for this opening. I'm just going to do one round. So that's if we were just doing it once to each side. We're going to do it more than once, so we won't come into that closing movement until the last round. So there's just a few movements to this. This is really about smooth transitions and having a little fun with this bounce from side to side. This is about really getting used to shifting your weight over and doing little turns and seeing how that affects your balance, seeing how it affects your frames. But this is a very earthy form. And I think that's one of the reasons why I like it. It's got a playfulness to it. So keep that in mind, sort of that bouncy energy of a monkey, if you've ever seen, when they get going, or keep that in mind. So we'll start with our feet shoulder width apart. Have that slightly relaxed knees, a slight bend. Lining the pelvis, the sternum, and the forehead. Now as you inhale, you're going to have a wrist strike up. Exhale, elbow strike down. This is the monkey. Now as we're going to shift your weight to your right, left hand drops down. Step to the left heel. Exhale and press forward with the right hand. This is cloud. Don't go really beyond the toes here. So now we're going to inhale. We're going to scoop up with the left, up the center. And then exhale, press down and out the inside of the right arm as you bring that right hand back. The monkey scoops off. Come up with a wrist strike on the left, step out with the right, exhale, bounce down, and shift over. Wrist strike up with the right, bounce down, and shift over. Wrist strike to the left. Turn and exhale. Cloud. Inhale. Scoop up with the right as you bring the left foot behind. Exhale. Press down and down the inside of the left as you pull that left hand back. Inhale, wrist strike up and step out. Exhale, bounce, shift over. Wrist strike, exhale, down and inhale, up. And as you come up, come to the heel, turn from the waist, exhale. Press forward for cloud with the right. Inhale, scoop up with the left. Bring that right leg in as you do so. Exhale, press out with the left as you pull back with the right. Monkey wards or monkey wards off. Inhale, wrist strike up and step out. Exhale, monkey bounces. Inhale up, exhale, monkey bounces. Inhale up and exhale, cloud. Inhale, scoop up as that left leg comes up. Exhale, monkey wards off. Inhale, wrist up, step out, exhale, monkey bounces. Inhale up, exhale, monkey bounces. Inhale up, exhale, press forward with the right for cloud. Inhale, scoop up and exhale, left presses out as the right comes back as the monkey wards off the left. Inhale, wrist up, step back, exhale, monkey bounces, and inhale up. Exhale, monkey bounces, inhale up. And then exhale, press forward with the left for cloud. Inhale and scoop up, exhale, press out the right as you draw back with the left for the monkey wards off the right. Wrist up, exhale, step back, monkey bounces, inhale up. Exhale, monkey bounces, inhale up. And exhale, press forward with the right for cloud. Inhale, scoop up with the left. Exhale, sink back on the right. Monkey wards off left. Inhale, step back. Exhale, monkey bounces. Inhale up. Exhale, monkey bounces. Inhale up. And exhale, press forward with the left for cloud. Inhale, scoop up. Exhale, press forward, draw back for monkey wards off right. Now, I'm going to break this down just a little bit more as we do the monkey bounce. Inhale up and step back to the heel, and exhale, inhale up. Now, before I come back, I'm going to turn in slightly with this leg. Exhale, monkey bounces. And the reason I'm going to do that is so that I'm more in a T position for when I press forward, or even, slightly toed in. And that's a more natural position for this push for cloud. Inhale, scoop up. Exhale, sink back on the right. As you pull back with the right, press forward with the left for the monkey wards off on the left. Inhale up. That wrist strike up and step back. Exhale, monkey bounces. Remember, turn in. Exhale, monkey bounces. And exhale, press forward with the left for cloud. Inhale, scoop up. Exhale, sink back on the left as you press forward with the right to monkey wards off the right. Inhale, wrist strike up, step to the heel. Exhale, monkey bounces, turn in on the right. Exhale, monkey bounces, inhale up. And then exhale, cloud on the right. Well, cloud with the right hand, I should say. Inhale, scoop up. Exhale, monkey wards off the left. Wrist strike up as you inhale, step back on the heel, and exhale, monkey bounces. Inhale up, turn in with that left leg. Exhale, monkey bounces. Inhale up. Exhale, press forward with the left hand for cloud. Inhale and scoop up with the right as you bring the left leg up. Exhale, sink back on the left. Press forward with the right as you draw the left hand back for ward off monkey on the right. Inhale, wrist strike up. Step back with the heel. Exhale, monkey bounces. Inhale up. Turn that right leg in. Exhale, bounce down. Inhale up. Exhale, cloud. Inhale, scoop up, draw that right leg in. Exhale, press forward with the left, draw back with the right for the monkey wards off on the left. Inhale, up with that left wrist, step back. Exhale, monkey down, bounces, and inhale, up, turn in on the left. Exhale, monkey bounces, inhale, up. Turn and exhale, cloud. Inhale, scoop up with the right. Exhale, ward off monkey on the right. Inhale, wrist strike up, step back. Exhale, monkey bounces. Inhale, up, turn in on the right. Exhale, monkey bounces. Inhale, up, and now we're I didn't say this, but as we come up, we're going to turn so we're facing and exhale. Press forward, cloud. Inhale, scoop up. Exhale, ward off monkey on the left. There's a lot of little transitions in this movement. Inhale, wrist strike up, step back. Exhale, monkey bounces. Inhale, up. Turn in on the left. Exhale, monkey bounces. Inhale, up. Turn from the waist. Exhale, press forward with the left for cloud. Inhale, scoop up. Exhale. Press forward with the right for ward off monkey on the right. Inhale, restrike up, step back, exhale. Monkey bounces, inhale. Turn in, exhale. Monkey bounces, inhale, turn, and exhale. Cloud. Inhale, scoop up. Exhale. Ward off monkey on the left. Restrike up, step back, exhale. Monkey bounces, inhale up, turn in on the left. Exhale. Monkey bounces. Inhale, turn, and exhale. Press forward with that left for cloud. Inhale, scoop up. Exhale. Ward off monkey on the right. Inhale, wrist up. Exhale. Monkey bounces. Inhale, up. Turn in on the right. Exhale. Monkey bounces. Inhale. And exhale. Cloud. Inhale, scoop up. Exhale. Monkey wards off left. Inhale, wrist strike up, step back, exhale. Monkey bounces, turn in, exhale. Monkey bounces, inhale. Turn from the waist, exhale. Cloud, inhale, scoop up. Exhale. Monkey wards off right. We're going to close with this monkey bounce. Restrike up, exhale. Monkey bounces, inhale. Now, this time we're turning the right in as we close so that we're standing back, and then we're going to inhale, wrist strike up, exhale, wrist strike down for the monkeys. All right. See what time. Oh, wow, the hour really goes by. Now, the speed we were just practicing that is actually kind of fast, and that's because that's the narration speed. The actual speed that you'd probably want to practice this is more akin to this. And you can follow along with this if you like. I'm trying to get where I'm more centered. There we go. So I like to practice more closer to that speed when I'm doing this. It makes your movements more mindful. It gives you time to really fully, deeply breathe into each of those transitions And there's a lot of little micro transitions that happen in the form. And I, got carried away. I should have just slowed us down, really, now that I think about it, and I'm going to drop the card in for the instructions for the form. So I need to remember that I can do that. But you really, it's a tendency for us to rush, particularly if we're stressed. We want to rush through, or we make it an accomplishment thing. And really doing the form just very slowly. We have to make ourselves slow down. And a lot of times, much of the warm-up, much of the, getting to an hour practice is really a bulk of that practice is just getting you to slow down long enough for you to get some decent few minutes of practice in. All right, that said, let's close this thing. I've run through our time, unfortunately, so much, but c'est la vie. Or as they used to have in one of my Spanish books when I was taking those classes years and years ago, así es la vida, such is life. So we'll close the standing practice with one of my favorite movements, silk sheets. So again, our Wu Chi posture, feet shoulder width apart, slight bend in the knees, aligning the pelvis, the sternum, and the forehead. As you inhale, let the arms rise on the breath. Exhale. Let them sink back down. Inhale up. And exhale down. Inhale up. And exhale down. Okay, well, let's gather our stuff together. Get a chair. Right? Oh, wait a minute, I've got one over here. To finish up with the seated Qigong for the day. Get my water. I'm going to also check to see if anybody has any questions. Well, we're good on questions for now. We've actually kept the same number of viewers throughout the stream, which is great. Normally I lose people. I'm interested to actually see. I know one person who's watching, but if you leave a comment to let me know that you were here for the workout, what you thought of the workout, that always it makes me feel good that people are joining in. So let's sit for a moment. And just like in the standing practice, we want to, align the pelvis, the sternum, and the forehead. So if you have your back to the back of a chair, I ask that you scooch forward so that you are lightly holding yourself up with your core. That's really important. And again, we're not tensing anything, but we are, trying to maintain a good posture. Check that your head's not dipping down or coming forward when you sit. I know that's a habit that I have, so I try to be mindful of it, particularly when I'm doing my seated practice. Feet flat on the floor if you can manage that. Sometimes, depending on your chair, that's difficult. And today we're going to practice what's called the Lotus Meditation. So we're going to bring our hands chest level, in the center of the chest, the level of the heart. And you probably are familiar with like prayer pose from different forms, but when you have like, you can see what my hands are doing here, this is the lotus blossom. So what we're going to do with this is we're going to work with the fire and the water in the body. And so the fire center is right here up the heart. The water center is down here by the bladder, and then of course you draw a line back, it's between the kidneys as well. So in this area, water and fire, we want to bring the fire down to the water and the water up to fire to nourish this lotus blossom here at the heart. So what we're going to do is we're going to close our eyes and we're going to picture the sun above us. And as we inhale, we're going to draw that fire of the sun down. So the light and the heat causes that bud of the lotus flower to open. And then we're going to picture a stem going down and rooting in the kidneys. And so as we exhale, we're going to make the fire sound. And send some of that warmth and heat down that stem into the roots, warming up the kidneys. And the kidneys and the roots of this flower are pulling up the waters from the earth. So we're going to inhale water up into those roots. And then as we exhale, we're going to make the chew sound. Sending that fresh, clean water up the stem to nourish the lotus at the heart. Again, we inhale the fire of the sun. Exhale it, the fire down, warming the kidneys. Inhale, pulling the waters of the earth up into the roots in the kidneys. Exhaling, sending that water up the stem to nourish the lotus of the heart. Again, inhale the fire of the sun. Exhale, fire down. Inhale the waters of the earth. Exhale. The water up to the heart. Inhale, fire of the sun. Exhale, fire down. Inhale the waters of the earth. Exhale, water up. Inhale, fire. Exhale the fire down. Inhale, water. Exhale, water up. Inhale, fire. Exhale, fire down. Inhale, water. Exhale, water up. Slowly allow that image to fade. Allow your hands to come back down to your lap. gently, slowly open your eyes. Bring your left hand palm face up. Inhale and circle in towards the chest. Down and around. And as you exhale, bring it in towards the heart. Thank you for joining me today. Let's see what we've got. Have any questions or comments? I'm also wondering if sometime I should do a Q&A for Tai Chi for people to ask questions about different forms, so that I can actually engage in the chat. I can't really do it while I am teaching, obviously. So let me know what you think about that. Of course, we'll be back again the first Tuesday in October. As always, you can find, more instructional videos on the main page here on YouTube. I also have a second YouTube channel focused on healing videos, spiritual healing, metaphysics, that sort of thing. You can support me on Patreon for Tai Chi. Get your name in the credits of my videos, my instructional videos, actually all of my videos really, that have credits on them. And, I always give preference to forms and questions and, things that people want me to develop to my patrons. If you want to join my spiritual community where we do a weekly ceremony and a monthly healing conference, you can do that as well on my Patreon. And my tiers go from $3, $5 to $25. So there's a level of tier that is open probably to most people's budgets. But I really do appreciate my patrons. They have made this past year so much more bearable. And I look forward to working with more of you in the future. So until next month, peace and blessings.